A Teacher's Guide to Accommodating Duchenne Muscular Dystrophy. Duchenne muscular dystrophy, commonly called DMD, is a genetic neuromuscular disease that affects young boys. During early elementary education, around age 7, students with DMD will likely experience language and cognitive delay and demonstrate physical weakness. By middle school, students may lose ambulation and will likely need the assistance of a wheelchair. As a teen, DMD young men may be affected by heart and lung complications. As the disease progresses, young men with DMD will require classroom accommodation. When a student with DMD is placed in your classroom, communication with parents is key. Teachers and school officials should be made aware of treatments, medications, and physical limitations. Although DMD has no cure, properly adhering to prescribed therapies can improve the student's quality of life and lessen symptoms. Parents and teachers should work together to create a plan. In general, school officials and teachers should know that medications and living with DMD may lead to behavioral and emotional issues. Throughout their education, DMD patients will require support and empathy as they navigate a disorder and various treatments that rob them of autonomy and may lead to depression and loneliness. Throughout their education, schools should provide counseling and implement practical problem-solving based disciplinary measures. A rigid approach to discipline may not work due to disorder-related social delays and extreme frustration. Efforts to identify the root of behavioral problems are more effective. Elementary school. In early elementary school, students will likely experience learning problems. Teachers should be patient and repeat themselves if necessary. Particularly, care should be taken to speak concisely and clearly. Speech therapy should be provided by the school. Elementary school teachers may also be required to talk about DMD in their classrooms. Young students may ask why their fellow student is using a brace or not participating in PE. In these situations, confidentiality is important. Some parents may choose not to tell their young child about the specifics of their lethal disorder. When talking about DMD in the classroom, the parent should be consulted. If the family allows it, DMD should be spoken about in an open and sensitive manner. Teaching students about DMD can help promote tolerance and discourage teasing or bullying. Phrases such as suffer from, fatal, and crippling should be avoided. More positive alternatives include diagnosed with, life-limiting, and progressive muscle disorder. Teachers should remember that elementary-age students with DMD will likely struggle getting up off the floor, picking up objects, and maintaining balance. Long walks and stairs should be avoided. Physical modifications such as using a tape recorder for notes, pencil grips, and supportive seating may be helpful. During PE, students and parents will need to speak to an adaptive PE teacher multiple times throughout the year in order to develop a functional and flexible plan. Young students may also require guidance during snack time because steroid therapies can cause rapid weight gain. During recess, students should be encouraged to include their friend with DMD. Brainstorming with students to pick games that all students can participate in can be an important lesson in empathy. It should be emphasized to students that their friend with DMD, although having different muscles, has the same brain, feelings, and pain as they do. In a game suggested by the Accessible Games book, the students stand in a circle and one child makes animal noises. When someone guesses the animal, the next person in the circle picks an animal based on the last letter of the previous animal. Middle school. By late elementary school, DMD patients will likely begin transitioning to a wheelchair. DMD patients have varying levels of cognitive and physical ability and require an individualized education program. In middle school, young men with DMD will require physical accommodation, for instance, providing multiple sets of books and allowing extra time to get to class. In the classroom, there may be language processing difficulties and writing limitations. Teachers can implement solutions such as administering oral examinations, providing students a copy of the notes, and assigning condensed homework assignments. teachers should note that students may miss class time due to doctor's appointments or may be unable to complete assignments on time due to physical limitations. Schools may consider providing tape recorders, extended deadlines, and assistive technology. If the family allows, incorporating DMD into the lesson plan can be an effective technique for encouraging tolerance in the classroom. In social studies classes, analyzing how people react to people that are different from them, particularly people with disabilities, can be an excellent life lesson. As a result of cognitive delays, DMD students may also have difficulty expressing themselves. Hands-on activities and group work can be beneficial for social development and was perceived positively by students with DMD, according to research published by Family and Advocates Partnership for Education. Incorporating modified physical activity during PE is also thought to have positive psychological and social effects. High school. Teenagers and high school students with DMD face a unique set of challenges. At this stage, students fully understand the implications of their diagnosis and will require emotional support. Additionally, DMD young men are especially vulnerable because their peers become more independent at this age. Working with parents and engaging with students about DMD and their emotions is an important part of creating an evolving, individualized learning plan. Many of the previously mentioned accommodations, such as group instruction and assistive technology, will still be relevant. High schools should also provide occupational therapy. Conclusion. Taking the time to become informed about DMD can help you make a tremendous impact on a young man's life. With your positive guidance and support, students with DMD can develop a love of learning and be given an opportunity to have fun and grow.